On June the 8th, 2018, we packed up the family and headed for a trip. It was 500 miles to the south one way. We went through West Virginia, then North Carolina, then South Carolina, and then there we were. We were at Myrtle Beach. It was the second year and the second time that I've been there. But it was the very first time that my youngest son, Jensen, who's 5 years old, got to see the ocean. This was his first time at Myrtle Beach. The whole family was there, and we really had a good time. The weather was a lot better than the last year we had went. And you can tell by these pictures, the beaches were crowded, and we had lots of fun. The ocean is just simply beautiful. It goes on forever, and it's fun, very fun to swim in. The waves are indescribable almost. They throw you everywhere. It's like rolling down a hill when we were kids. Jensen loved to play in the sand with the shovel. And he would love when the waves would come in and the tide would come in and the water would splash on him. And then he would smile, this biggest, cutest smile ever. And even the older kids, like Hannah and Jacob, would play and wave out into the waves, and they could feel it splash upon their bodies. And even me and Carrie can be seen caught posing for the camera and laughing and giggling. And then you could even see the pier in the distance that people would fish off of. And these looked big and huge, unlike any docks we've ever seen. We just couldn't get over how the waves were. We even caught a sunset. Then we collected seashells. There were many. And then we got the idea to build some sand castles. And Jensen wrote his name in the sand. Oh, and did I forget to mention that we caught some crabs that looked like Mr. Krabs? And then the next day we went back to building sandcastles. And this time I wrote Jensen's name on the beach. And since it was me helping him, I wanted to make it a little more complicated. As you can see there, it turned out okay. Jensen kind of liked his little sandcastles, but he loved destroying them even more. And then he got to fly his kite, which it's very windy on the beach. And then there was a ton of souvenir shops everywhere with all these little toys and surfboards. I mean, there was just about anything a tourist could want. There was hermit crabs with SpongeBob faces. And then, what good is a vacation without a visit to a water park? We then went to a water park. Even though it rained, we still had fun. We went down all these tubes, corkscrews. There was water everywhere. We had a blast. While we even visited the go-karts, and RJ had a blast too. And then, toward the end, we all had to pose for our pictures. We posed with our smiles as we put them on, and we wore the smiles as we had fun on our family vacation of 2018 at Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.